Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is StraitOuttaBoston here, aka the King of Boston, and today here we're back for episode 4 of the Red Sox Fantasy Draft here on GameFaceStudios, MLB 13, the show. You can take a look at the All-Stars here. We had quite a few All-Star members, or All-Star representatives for the Boston Red Sox, but here I thought was something interesting. Chase Headley, the man we traded earlier, got the start over Evan Longoria, who would be on the bench. But we had a couple pitchers in there. Ernesto Frieri and Matt Harvey made the All-Star team. I think Chris Carpenter might have as well. And we had probably 4 or 5 batters, so we had a lot of All-Star representatives. That's a good sign. The AL ended up winning the All-Star game, so if we do go to the World Series, we will have the home field advantage. But here we have our arch rivals, the New York Yankees, in a game where, take a look at the Yankees' record, 64-32. That's on pace for 108-54 as a final record. That would be mighty impressive. The Yankees have had an incredible start to their season, over halfway through now, and it's going to be very hard to catch this team in the division race. They're already 10 games ahead of us or something like that. We're going to probably have to settle for the wild card, which we have a good, I think, 2-game lead on at this point. So that's really going to be what we're battling for the rest of the season. I don't think we'll catch the Yankees. This is a very deep team. This was the first game back after the All-Star break, so they had their full starters out. And then I noticed, looking at their roster after this, and you'll take a look at their lineup in a second. I think I'll wait till the end to mention this, but you can see Joe Girardi's lineup is going to be on in just a moment. But they are a very deep team, so you're going to see some notables. You know, Chase Headley, Jose Bautista, Adam LaRoche. Guys who didn't play today included Ike Davis and Shin-Sin Chu. So those are guys that don't start for them. They come off the bench. That was weird to me. I'm pretty sure they weren't getting the day off because it was the first game back after the All-Star break. Unless someone was hurt, maybe they came off the DL the next day like Chu did. I don't think he did. So, I don't know. We'll see. But it's a very deep team, and that's what impressed me the most about these guys. And depth is a very key element to baseball. It's underrated in my opinion. I think a good team, a good World Series team, always has great depth. And the Yankees certainly have that in this franchise. But here we are getting things started. After a leadoff single by Alex Gordon, Tulo takes that one down the left field line for a base hit. That's going to lead to extra bases. Gordon's into third. Tulo's got himself a double, and we have 2 runners on with just 1 out. And the heart of our order coming up next. Here's Evan Longoria, 2-0 count. He checks, swings this, gets by the catcher Carlos Santana. Gordon comes home and scores, and it's an early 1-0 lead for the Boston Red Sox. Real-life Red Sox Felix Doubront is on the mound today for the Yankees. I actually just got done watching Felix Doubront pitch the other day when I went to the Sox game against Toronto. But anyway, he would get Evan Longoria to strike out looking on that inside pitch right there. I believe that was inside. Didn't quite catch it. So Longoria goes down. 2 outs for Giancarlo Stanton. And Stanton takes that outside pitch. He grounds it back to the pitcher Doubront. Doubront will fire it to first base, and that will retire the side. So Doubront is luckily going to get out of the inning, only allowing a run. But it is 1-0 now. Red Sox on top. Gio Gonzalez will take them out for the Sox here. Top 3. This looks like B.J. Upton who's going to take this into center field. And that is going to be a bad angle taken by Lorenzo Cain. It gets into the triangle there. A very bad place. If you are the team in the field, it takes a while to track down that ball. Upton's got enough speed, and he will get into third base easily. Well, I shouldn't say easily. He did have to slide, but it is going to be, I believe, what was a 1-out triple for B.J. Upton now. Still 1 out in the end. Here's Jose Bautista. He will ground this one to the shortstop, and he will have to fire it onto first. There will be no play at the plate. Upton scores, and it's an RBI ground out for Jose Bautista. Joey Bats, who's heated up a little bit lately, starting to get that home run swing back in real life. Headley up later in the inning. 0-1 count to him. Headley will ground this one to Tulowitzki, who will fire it to first, and a very impressive play by Troy Tulowitzki. Not only a great hitter for the shortstop position, but also a Gold Glove winner in the past, showing it right there. It's now 1-1 here. Bottom 3. Jason Kipnis is up. He hits a slow roller. Doubront fields it, fires it to first, off balance, terrible throw, and Kipnis will get in there safely as that one goes over the first baseman's head. So we have a base runner on now for the Boston Red Sox. Here's our 2 hitters, so we got 3, 4, 5 coming up. 1 out in the inning. Tulo is up, and Kipnis is off for second. He gets in there easily. He has a good speed rating in this game, so I take advantage of that when I can. And Tulo took the pitch. Kipnis got in there safely. 2-1 count now to Tulo. Bottom 3. And Tulowitzki hits that one back up the middle for a base hit. Kipnis is going to round third, but you know Upton's got an arm. Upton fires it home, and the play is not in time. So Kipnis gets in there. Tulo, great base running, advances to second base. So now we get another runner on second with just 1 out. Longoria up next. Longoria crushes this one to deep right center field. That one is back. Upton on the run. He makes the catch. Upton will fire it into the cutoff man. Luckily, we do get a runner over to third base, but 2 outs now in the inning. Giancarlo Stanton would be up next, and he is going to end up taking this 2-0 pitch. He will crush that one into deep right field. That was a hanging curveball, and you cannot get one of those past Giancarlo Stanton. Dubron, I'm sorry. I love you, man, but we got to take advantage whenever you hang one of those. Look at this on the show tracker, right over the heart of the plate. Well, not over the heart, but he left it up. It was in the zone. You can't do that to Giancarlo Stanton, especially with an off-speed pitch like that. So, Giancarlo Stanton takes advantage and takes it out of the yard. Still bottom 3 here, 4-1 Sox now, 3-2 count. Davis is going to hit this one to center field. Upton on the run, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. So Dubron finally gets out of the inning, but the Red Sox do take a 4-1 lead. Bottom 5, Alex Gordon up. Gordon takes this one into deep right field. That one is back, and that is going to end up getting over the right fielder's head. It will one-hop off the wall. Gordon is into second base, and he has a double. Alex Gordon right now, second or third in the AL for the batting average crown right now in this franchise. He has been very impressive. Now, real-life Red Sox Clayton Morrison will come on to pitch for the Yankees after Dubron would be relieved. And Jason Kipnis takes Morrison's first pitch of the outing and takes that 1 yard. Stays fair, barely. I thought it was going to go foul at first, but it stayed fair. It was hooking. Luckily, we will get the 2-run home run. 6-1 now, Red Sox on top. Jason Kipnis, not known as a power hitter, but he does have a little bit of pop. He certainly can hit a lot of line drives. That's what I look for in a two-hole hitter. I want someone who can bunt, and I want someone who can drive the ball. And that's what I see in Jason Kipnis. So I think he fits perfectly in the number 2 hole. Can hit for some average, gets on base, and he really showed it right there. I guess getting on base, he technically improves your OBP if you get a home run. Either way, 1-1 count here to Giancarlo Stanton. Morrison still in the mound. Stanton would pop this one up to the left fielder, and that would retire the side, as the left fielder will make the play, and that is going to end the inning. So the Red Sox take a 6-1 lead, and now bottom 6 here. Morrison still on. Chris Davis up. Davis takes that low pitch, digs it out of the dirt, and hits it into center field for a base hit. More base runners for the Boston Red Sox. Surely not what Yankees manager Joe Girardi wants to see. He is already going to have to burn his bullpen today. Hopefully won't have to do it anymore. Here's Morrison. Tries to make a tough play off the mound. Rosario beats it out. So Willen Rosario, not the fastest guy around the league, but does get an infield single right there. Chris Carter up. He lines that one over Chase Headley's head at third. That's going to play home a run. Chris Carter, usually known as just a pure power hitter, but he lines that one down the left field line, and will get an RBI single. Next up, still no outs in the inning. Lorenzo Cain is going to hit that one back off the pitcher's foot. The runner will score, and Cain is going to end up being thrown out of first base. But the run does score. If the pitcher fields that one cleanly, he probably saves a run. But now 8-1. Morrison still working. This time he's going to get Alex Gordon to ground out to the second baseman for the second out of the frame. But now, still with 2 outs, the next batter up would be Jason Kipnis. As you can see, Gordon looking not too happy with himself after that. Here's Kipnis. 0-0 count to him, still bottom 6. Kipnis takes that one. He hits it to Tyler Green at short. Green plants himself, gets in a bad animation, and Kipnis uses that little bit of speed that he has and beats that one out. Green got stuck in a bad animation. Kipnis gets the second. Here on a hit-and-run play later in the inning, Tulo will ground out to Headley at third. That will finally end the inning, but the Red Sox now have a 9-1 lead. This game is blown open, and it was a very impressive inning by the Red Sox offense. Top 7 here, Gio Gonzalez still going strong. This would be his 103rd and final pitch of the outing. Very impressive out of him. He allowed that early on run in the 3rd inning, but after that really settled down and ate up some innings for the bullpen. Pitched even though he was tired. I almost took him out after the 6th, but I kept him in for the 7th and it worked out. Colon would come on to pitch the 8th and the 9th. He's our long reliever at this point, kind of our 6th starter. He would end up allowing this infield hit to, I believe that was Tyler Green. I couldn't quite tell. Either way, Colon allows a 1-out base runner. Now 2 outs in the inning. Brandon Belt up. Belt hits this one over the first baseman's head. That will get into that kind of curvy area in Fenway Park, and that is a fairly deep area out there. It is kind of hard to track down the ball. Stanton, not the fastest guy around. It will take him a while to get to it. The throw in was misplayed, and that run will score easily. It's an RBI triple for Brandon Belt. So the Yankees cut the lead now 9-2. Colon just trying to eat up some innings, save our, kind of the good part of our bullpen. And when I say that, I mean our setup men, our closer. We don't want to use those guys today. We'd rather use a guy like Colon who is not going to pitch every day, so to say. So anyway, top 9 here. Here is Carlos Santana. Santana is going to take this one past the diving first baseman Chris Davis. It will be fielded by Giancarlo Stanton, who once again stuck in the animation. Luckily, Santana would not advance to second base. But it is a base hit for the Yankees, and they're going to get a 1-out base runner here. So now later in the inning, you're going to see the next batter for the New York Yankees, or not the next batter, but 2 outs now. Kelly Johnson up. Johnson is this one into the right center field gap. Stanton is going to be over to field it. He's going to get to it quickly. He's got a bit of a good arm. Santana is being waved around. The throw to the plate is in time. and the runner is thrown out. How about that finish from Fenway? As the Red Sox win this one 9-2. Bartolo Colon comes in, pitches the last few innings, saves our bullpen a bit. Very impressive start of this Gio Gonzalez. Very impressive day from our offense, and a very impressive throw by Giancarlo Stanton. He gets an outfield assist, and that will wrap up the ball game. So anyway, it's going to wrap up this video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you did enjoy, and this was him out. Peace.